And there we go. Perfecto. Hello and good evening. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. In today's video, what I'd love to share with you is internal backlinking or internal backlinks. And this actually comes about after a conversation with a client. It's a law firm that I speak to every week. And, I was looking at some of their competition after a surgence, just like a massive explosion of new competition in very competitive marketplaces like Philadelphia, in New York, amongst other locations as well. But most notably, New York, Philadelphia, I'm seeing some new players. And after doing some analyzation, and it's nothing new, by the way, but after doing some deep dive and taking a look and analyzing all of the competition that has jumped in position, when you start analyzing the things that are very important for rankings, it's not only the on page and the off page, like the links and the referring domains and the category of link. And not only is it important to get ranking so I can start getting traffic for keyword sets, right? But after you analyze and you see everything is matched and mirrored. I'm getting the related search terms. I was just ranking not that long ago. I have all the backlinks. I'm in the similar backlink profiles as competition. I'm in the right category. I'm optimal. You start diving into what I call deficits. I'm looking and I'm seeking out deficits. When I can find deficits, this is where the ranking advantages are. And that's what brings this particular video about, is when I was explaining to the tech or the person on the team that I communicate with in order to deploy certain improvements within the sites and the site network, we consult together and they deploy. That's what brings this video about. When I was describing these issues, she says, Chris, we have more internal links. Our internal links are fine. And I needed to make a phone call, and I was like, you know what? I'll make a video about this. I think this could be helpful for a lot of people. I'll point out some hopefully helpful hints or tips that will be actionable, practical, that you could start utilizing today. All right. Now I'll break this video down. I'll edit it later, but this video right here is internal backlinks, and I'm going to break these things down. All right. First and foremost, I want to point out to you how you'll know that they're important. All right. In case you didn't know, I'll break all this stuff down for you. All right. So first and foremost, it's going to be how you know they're important. We're talking about internal backlinks today. How you can go about checking your internal backlinks. I know this is for you, but in case you're watching this and you're not sure, maybe you're just started working on your own websites, you're a local business or a small business, and you just started working. Here's how you can check the internal link profile. And this is also the way that you know that it's very important, the way that it's been taken out and showcased to you by Google. This is a way to, it's clear as day. The next thing we'll cover is how internal links show how important a page is. This is critical to understand. The next piece will be how overall internal density tells Google what your site is about and how it's propelling websites in competitive landscapes to the top. When all other deficits are met, there's one glaring deficit. And that's what we're going to cover today. That's what this video is all about, is internal linking. And then the last thing, if you stick with me, give me some time, I'll show you some hidden internal linking tactics that are being utilized in very competitive markets. I mean, these guys are making some coin doing this stuff. Like, sheesh! Can we live a little, right? I'd like to share what I found with you. So hopefully your business can do better as well. So let's start off, though, with how we know that link building or internal linking, internal backlinks are important for SEO. Let me show this to you here. So this is Lighthouse Man. This is a client of mine. On and off now. He's really ran with the ball. I was able to help him early on, but one of the glaring things that we did here within this website, and he's redoing it to have a more modern website, but to stay on the line here, one of the initial things that we did was take care of internal link building, right? And we were able to see a massive improvement overall after the internal linking was done. It was a very simple tactic that we utilized. I made case studies on it. You can check out my other videos on that. But take a look here. This is how you know that it's massively important. If you don't have Search Console, I implore you to get it. It's free. It's free, right? So go to Google Search Console. You can go to Google, type it in, Google Search Console. Head on over to Google Search Console. When you land on the page, you'll actually be brought to this screen right here, right? So as soon as you hit this screen, scroll on down the page and you're going to see a button that says links, all right? Now, there's a lot of fun stuff going on here with internal and external links. Also, the external links that are coming in or, your backlinks. But what we're most notably looking at right now is internal links, okay? So take a look here. This is how you can check them out for free and also how you know they're massively important. See, when you take a look here in Search Console, they've made a section to outline top linked pages. Why would Google spend the resources, the time, the data set, the coding, the updating in order to present you this data? It's because it's massively important. There's numerous patents that Google holds for understanding hyperlinks, right? The context to the content is hyperlinks. Super important. And here it is right in our faces. All right. So this is how you know that it's important and also how you can check it absolutely for free. Now, there are some other tools that I love to utilize when taking a look at internal links. So note, this is an educational channel. I won't show any logos. I know how you guys get. I've learned over the years. So I won't show logos, but I will give education. So these examples are just sites that I found. And I would love to share some of the findings with you in order to help your campaigns. All right. So the other tool that is very helpful for internal link building or understanding internal links is a tool called Screaming Frog. No, I don't have a link. No, I don't recommend it. If you want it, it costs dollars. Check it out yourself. That's not why I'm here, right? This is a very helpful and useful tool, but it does have a steep learning curve. It's up to you though, all right? But when I want to take a look at internal links, and the free version of Search Console is awesome, but it doesn't give me enough detail, right? I need to see the internal anchor text density. I want to see overall what's the overall density. And why would the overall density of internal links matter? Well, here, let me share this with you. So the next piece that I want to point out here is how internal links show how important a page is. This, internal votes, just like an external vote coming in, my friends, right? When you want a page to perform a little bit better, right? And I know things are changing dramatically, but when you want a page to perform slightly better, what do? Well, I want to get external votes from category-specific websites, most notably on high-level, high-referring domain or high DR, high DA, high TF pages that are about my category or topic, right? Most notably, I want them to be towards the top of the page. If I can, have them on the home page. And of course, I would want that page that I'm getting a link from ranking for the keyword set that I want to rank for, right? In a perfect world, that would be the perfect link. But at the end of the day, when I want to improve something, I get external links to a specific page, right? Well, this is how I get external votes to tell Google how important something is. But when I want to show Google internally what I feel is important or what I deem important, I point in what is called internal links to a page, all right? Now, as time has been progressing, more and more home pages are getting into the SERPs, right? And is it due to Google seeing home pages because of their age, because of their category, because of their links? Could that be it? Or is it that the vast majority of people, not only are all their external links coming in, but also their internal links are pointing to the homepage and they're being rewarded? It's not that you need to change or get away from location service pages or even informational type service pages. It's that we need to be more thoughtful on our internal link building. Internal links tell Google what is important. This is what you feel is important. All right. So where you point internal links to and what you say in your internal link is critical for overall performance. Remember, a page ranks for more than one key term, right? So if I want to rank for a specific term, I want to point this out to you. Here, come on over here quick. If I want to rank for a term, right? For instance, here, we'll just take one off the top of our heads here, okay? If you want to rank for a page, so here, we'll come inside of here. This is another tool. This is called SEMrush. No, I'm not promoting it. It's just a tool. But here, take a look at this. If you come inside of here and say you go to a particular website like this, and we come in here and we take a look. Now, what we're going to look for is we're going to look for the pages that are ranking. This is organic key terms. This, if you scroll on down, it's going to show you top keywords. All right, stick with me here. It's all going to come together for you. So what we're looking at here is these are the key terms organically of what we're ranking for, right? Or what this person is ranking for. When you scroll on down, you can see over here on the right-hand side, over here, this is going to showcase the pages to you. And over here is the key term that they're ranking for. Now, if we take this page right here, all right, let's just take this URL. We'll click on it. All right. SEMrush is going to open this up. Now I'm looking at an internal page. Now this internal page does what? Well, it ranks for 156 key terms. So what information does this tell us? So there's 3 facets to being a winner, right? There's what I call a keyword set. Here's the keyword set to be a winner. There's the optimization on page. So my internal links, my overall density, the LSI terms, the entities, right? The co-occurring key phrases, the overall headings that I have on the page. They're optimized or unoptimized, the alt tags, the images, the videos, the embeds, the forms, the unstructured lists, right? It goes on and on and on. Am I matching and mirroring what Google wants to see? Yes or no? Right? And these are factors that we can see. There's even factors that we can't see, like page age, which is number 1. Are you with me so far? Excellent. So what I'm getting at here for the internal links, when I want to improve a page, okay, I'm matching and mirroring from 3 facets: on page, off page, and traffic. Now, just like I care about getting external links in for utilizing an anchor text, what anchor text? Well, if the dominant winners are ranking for these terms, here are the term and term variations I want in my anchor text. Here are the term and the term variations I want to optimize my web page for. Here are the term and term variations that I want in my internal links from page to page. Are you with me? Because a page ranks for more than one term. The head term in this instance, in this particular example, is this, right? But in order to be a winner for that, I need to be optimal for this. You with me? And how do you become optimal? I gave it to you, those 3 facets. Let's move on to this next thing I want to point out to you. Hopefully you're with me so far. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Probably won't. I was working on, I'm shifting all my stuff off my mastermind. I just got done and I was like, oh, I wanted to make a video, right, about this topic. But I lost track of time. So I'm sorry. I started at like 9 or 10. Next thing I know, it was 1. But I was making thumbnails and stuff. I was having a ball. In any case, let's move on to this next thing here, or the next element of information. How the overall internal density will tell Google what your site is about. And this is the element that I was talking to my friend. I mean, she's my friend at this point, right? I want her to win. I want her to succeed. I want them all to win. And I dislike seeing new players run up the ladder doing interesting tactics, at least from a digital standpoint. I don't know what other marketing they're doing, but these things could be remedied. And here's what I meant, all right? When I mentioned to you, if you're with me so far, that external links coming in, that's what other sites say about me. The internal anchors, that's what I say about myself, right? On top of that, the traffic that I get, that's what Google thinks I'm about. Are you with me? So this right here, our overall internal density is greatly given to us by Screaming Frog. Now, I'm not just talking about the internal links that I'm pointing from my blogs to my service page, right? Say you want to rank for car accident lawyer in Philly or truck accident lawyer in Houston, or right? It's not the overall links pointing to that page, but what about overall the entire site is what I meant, right? So here, take a look at this. So inside of Screaming Frog, you're not just looking at to that page. That's useful, right? Because I want to see how many votes I have coming in, what term and term variations are coming into a page. What am I saying about my site? But what about overall? And here's a great visual representation of what we say about our site. And wouldn't you know that the best terms that this particular person ranks for, I don't know who it is, it's just an example, that this particular person's ranking for are the term and term variations that they are optimized for through internal links, amongst other things too. But here, take a look at this representation. You come up here after running Screaming Frog, if you have the ability to run Screaming Frog. You come up here and you go to visualizations. And then what you're going to want to do is you will want to take a look at the in-link anchor text. So this is what they say about themselves. The bigger the word, the more times across the entire site it has been said. Are you with me? So when you take a look here, we can see gleaming in our faces a particular location. And then we start looking at this right here. And then we have brand name. We have the word car. So that, right? Injury, lawyer, firm, injuries, accident, and accidents. Think about it. What are you getting rocked for? Right? Well, we'll start diving into hidden tactics that in order to become more optimal for this in a shorter period of time, we'll cover that in a second, but take a look at this, right? Think of the term and the term variations. They have them. Primary city is number one. Personal, we have boom, boom. It's all right here, my friend. And this is across sites, not just the page, entirely what I say about myself. Massively important, so important. Now, I want you to take a look at this too, all right? Because there's one more facet of this video that I want to share with you, all right? And we could call this hidden internal linking tactics, but you know, some of these things aren't new, but they can still be deployed today. You know, a lot of times the fundamentals are skipped over. This isn't shiny or new. This is foundational SEO that oftentimes is looked over, but it is massively important. So I want you to take a look at this. So if you come over here, this is a tree, and I don't know if you see something, okay? Do you see? Take a look at this, and this is just one example. Whoops, dropped my light. Have to get a stand for that. I work too much. Here, take a look at this. See these reds? All right. So red means that it's, now I've already looked. A lot of these are follow, no index, right? We actually deployed this as a test probably about 10 days ago. We've been deploying this on other assets ourselves, utilizing here in this example, this is really unique. So some of these are jump links, but they're actually pages that will exist. And then there's also jump links, but there's multiple ways to utilize either jump links or pages that are follow no index. But a lot of these are red. But if you take a look, and I won't bore you, right? But if you were to analyze, right? If you were up at 1 a.m. analyzing SEO in order to get a competitive advantage, right? If you were doing something like that, what you would find is that these internal anchors are not only increasing the overall density of primary term and term variations like accident, accidents, lawyers, law, firm, personal, injury, injuries, crash, truck, semi, right? But all of the other variations of term, right? If you go back to my example here, remember, in order to be a winner for a main keyword, right? In order for me to win this term, that means I need to be optimal for all of these terms. A page ranks for more than one term. That means I need to be optimized for more than one term. Are you with me? So if you take a look here, what they're building up internally and is glaring in our faces is actually every term and term variation internally without even having to build a page. If you were to look at some of these, what you'll find is they'll actually be in H tags. And two, if you go and check the page will be there. But it's a no index follow page. Some of them, they're jump links and they're being put into H tags. So get this, H tags, right? On top of that, an anchor that's tuned and it's bolded. Like just glaring, like just screaming, hey, hyper optimized, hyper optimized for the terms that matter. In any case, all right. Now this is another one. So I'll do a quick little recap here. They're always helpful to move to the front of the video for optimization. I'm just gonna leave it there. I keep kicking this. You know, I have a stool here, right? And sometimes I'll sit on it, but I'm not one to sit. My back will hurt. I'm like, that's from, as a young man, I thought it would be a good idea to carry shingles. In any way, let's do a recap here. So how do we know that internal links are important? Well, like we just discussed before, not only do we know that they will give us ranking advantages, but Google gives us glaring evidence, if you take a look at Search Console, that they're wildly important, right? They've even made a section. Number two, how do you check them completely for free? One of the tools that I shared with you, and one of my personal favorites, because it's free and it's connected, it's easy, it's right from the horse's mouth, which is Google Search Console, and I shared with you how to get there. The next tip that we covered was how internal links show how important a page is. Well, this is an internal link is how you tell the robot, hey, this page is important. And then we covered, I boiled it down deeper. Well, how do we maximize those internal links? Well, we hit all the internal term and term variations that potentially could lead to more rankings. How do we figure that out? Well, we look at what Google is rewarding, because remember, if Google's sending traffic to a website, that's what Google thinks your site's about. So you go to the winners, figure out what all the term and term variations they have and match, and that or have in common, and then that's what we build our anchor texts in, we optimize our pages for, and we build our internal links for. Right? Of course. The next thing is going to be how overall internal density tells Google what the site is about. And this is something I kind of glazed over, but the overall arching amount of internal links, if you were to grab them all together and look at the internal anchor text density of the overall site, that's one aspect of SEO. The next is, well, what is the overall internal density pointing to the page that I want to rank? Okay. Those are two different elements that you have to look at. And then, of course, your referring domains coming in, your overall page optimization, but I digress. And then two, the last piece was some of the internal linking tactics. Like we shared here, you know, we have jump links here. I think this one's a pile of jump links, but they're not jump links. There's nowhere, they're not hyperlinked within the page, but they will be in H tags. On top of that, they'll be bolded. And then two, this is just one example, but look, and it involves every term and term variation imaginable. I mean, it is quite remarkable, really. I mean, it's a job well done. And then you come over here and we can take a look too. Here, I'll show you something else. All right. So we'll just go to this one page here, and then we'll come down into here. All right. This is here, we'll go to in links. Scooch this over here. Well, I don't want to bore you. I think we covered everything. Let's see if there's any questions. I don't necessarily, you can use jump links. You can use pages that are no follow or follow no index. I wish you the best. I hope this is super helpful for you. Internal anchor text is massively important for you. We covered how it's important, why it's important, how you check it. I've even shared with you some tactics or tips on how to utilize Anchor. But here, we'll come over here briefly and we'll see if you have any questions. I doubt anybody will at this hour, but if you do, I'm happy to answer it for you. It's great to see you, 3D. Well, and I know not everybody lives in America. I thought I was going to bed. Guess not. I appreciate you, though. Thanks for coming on. Good to see you. All right, let's see what else you have here. What do you have? What do you have? Watching your on-page videos about structure and wondering if I'm doing it right. Miller's Soft Wash. Well, I have a moment now. If you'd like, I mean, we could take a look together briefly. I don't mind. I don't mind taking a look. I'm gonna go to bed after this, but I honestly just drank some Red Bull, to be honest with you. Hey, Chris. Hey, it's great to see you. Wonderful to see you. Kogan Wee. You know what I realized? I just found out today. There is a top. Wow, I don't like the way this is. I took down my green screen. Here, maybe I'll share with you guys. Here, we'll go over here. Miller Soft Wash. We could take a look together if you want. Virtual background. Here, I'll shut this off. There we are. Pretty bleak cage, huh? It's nice and toasty, though. It's good to see you. Ready to order more? Cool. Hey, I don't want to stop you. Here, let's come over here. What do you have going on? How do you think Adobe will be selling geo services? Adobe stock price at 6-year low. Now they want to game Gemini with geo ranking. I don't know. I try not to play the what if game too much. But whatever it is, generally we'll analyze and be able to navigate. I don't play the what if game, brother. I'm sorry. Mad Love, good to see you. Yep, Mad Love. I did 2 PRs last week. When can I do another? Take it easy. You know, here's the thing, and I made a video not too long ago. And two, it's the new year. I took the last 90 days, took a little break, right? But I got my board back up. We'll start cranking them out every day again. Plus, I see a lot of some of the newer players that are, talking SEO, and it's the YouTubes need me. Let's just put it that way. But mad love. So as far as the PRs, so with the PRs concern here, now you can build links. You can take the same PR to the same referring domains, right? Let's just say that it's 500 links within a PR package. I could build that to one, let's just say your homepage. Now, I technically have all of those backlinks. Not technically, you've built all of those backlinks to your website. But if we look at Maz's metric, you know how they break down page authority and domain authority? Well, when I built it to the homepage's page authority went up, and so did the overall domain's authority, right? So if I were to take that same package and build it to a location service page, no, my domain authority might rise up a little bit, but that page's authority will be up to par now. So is it a complete waste of money if you're able to get a fair price on your press releases, and you have something to talk about, or you're trying to take over a certain section and you want to get some press in there because it ranks it, temporarily, and you have the budget, it's the year end, you want to get some dough out of your hands before the end of the year, then by all means. But once you have those referring domains, sites purge between 3 to 9 months. Purge means they get rid of and make room for more, right? They're in the business of selling PR. They sell links on news websites, right? So, even Forbes. Like Forbes is pitching links. Yeah, they're $14K a pop, but they're flipping them. or you have to be an editor. I applied they have a committee or a council. I applied. I thought it'd be funny. We'll see. I mean, if they let me on, maybe I'd actually help them out a little bit. But let's see here. Awesome. Ready to order. Cool, cool, cool. Any Black Friday deals? Black Friday deals on what? What what would interest you, sir? Let me know what you will. What do you want and what do you want to pay? I'll give it to you right now. Tell me what it is that I have available now, and let me know what a price point would be helpful for you and your business, and I'll do it for you right now before we get off. All right, just let me know whatever you need. I'll be fair with you. All right, let's see here. Hey, Chris. Hi, Jimmy Riez. Hey, Chris, was wondering if you could take a look at my internal structure. Sure, I would love to. I wouldn't mind it. Let's say hi to everybody. But I did promise Miller here. Here, I gotta take this off. It's driving me nuts, dude. I should be a spokesman for flipping Reebok. These guys, dude, they sell this stuff at Walmart. Right? It's just so easy. They have black and blue, my two favorite colors. Like, I just go in there and I just grab 7. You know, like it's a no-brainer. It's easy. It's cheap. It's fast. It's simple. Oh, I love it. Thank you, Reebok. Hey, Chris, New Hampshire, UK. Hello from Hampshire, UK. It's great to see you, Catherine. Hope you're well. And then, in which niche do you have more grip on? Law, real estate, chiropractor, locksmith. I struggle in water damage. Not struggle, but I dislike it immensely. I dislike water damage, mold, windows. Blech. Just not for me, right? But that's negative. I don't like negative. I have found more success in the because here's why I think the dollars. Oftentimes, when I get a client that is in a I hate to break the news too. I generally don't get easy stuff. Like they don't. By the time they get to me, it's always something hard. It's always in a big city or it's always in a relatively difficult space most of the time. Now I get lucky, right? Like we had this gentleman on here. He does like AV installation, but I really like the real estate space. I like law, personal injury law. I mean, those are my two favorites. I like and then I like little small services. Like I love mobile detailers. I love the sign business. I also like there's a lot. There's so many goods. Like it's hard to tell, you know. But I would say law and real estate though. Google Business Management Service. Okay, Google Business Management Service. Which level? Which level do you want? You want us to do it all? What kind of price are you thinking? What do you think would be fair for you, 3D? What are you thinking? How about 2 posts a day, traffic and impressions? That's 2 separate services. 2 posts a day. I can help you with reputation, probably reputation management. 2 posts a day, traffic and impressions. And I'll give you 2 GeoGrids a month with 10 keywords for what? What do you think's fair? You tell me, and I'll do it for you. Since you're live and we're together, anybody else too. Whatever you guys, if you're on right now and there's something, I didn't. It's not. I mean, it's been a rough year, I think, for a lot of business owners. So you would think I would jump at the opportunity, but and I don't mean for you, 3D. I don't mind helping you, but I didn't want to. Usually, one of the things I don't like selling my time for. I'd rather spend it with Chris. You know, like I don't know. It's an interesting thing, you know. So South Charlotte says, what would be the next best option? And then Miller Softwash, do you want to show me the site that you want me to look at as far as structure? And then the other gentleman, if you want me to take a look at your site, tell me what the site is. Don't type the site in, just write dot as a period and put it inside the chat, and I'll take a look. I'd be happy to help you. And then what would be the next best option you offer other than PRs to keep the momentum going? Maybe more permanent high-end links, year and money burning a hole in my pocket. Thank you. Okay. I have a service available right now where we're offering links from, say, like CNN, The Guardian. I have some stuff like that at $80 a unit. I have higher echelon type PR. I have featured posts like Haro or Quoted. We actually have an account with what is called Muckrack. So like Muckrack has lists. Like if you look up USA Men's Journal or this or that, we're pitching those, I think, at $2 or 180 or something like that. Just I look in the marketplace, it's definitely within budget. So like I have the Quoted, we have Muckrack links, so I could get placements. I could get super high authoritative links from like relanded CNN. I could get those like butter. At least right now. I'm doing mini nets for people right now. Like we'll set the whole network up for you, like a mini net, but I don't know if that's probably not what you need. That could be relatively expensive. I would say either the Haro or the Muckrack links, so premium outreach links, so high quality premium outreach links. Either that or we have what is called the authoritative link insert. That's the CNNs and the Guardian. And then I also have a higher quality, like the Yahoo Finance type press release links. And that's that. Something that generally can be very, very helpful is, especially towards the end of the year, is now is the time to do pruning, my friend. When was the last time you did pruning or you did keyword gap analysis to figure out how you can maximize the pages that are already performing? Like what new pages can be created? What key terms and key term density could be added to your pages? Re-optimization, we call it pruning. We do a refresh, like some of the larger clients that we have, like the bread and butters. We do a page refresh every 90 days. So we call it page refreshing. We do that $12 a page, but it's something you could do, or we could do it. Sometimes it's not stuff that you want to add. You really just want to maximize the stuff that you have already. A great example of this is if you think back in the past, right? Remember when Brian Dean was clicking? Like, what did he have? 50 pages on his site? Did you ever see at the bottom how many comments? Did you see the straw man conversation that he used to have with himself down there? Right? All the optimization was right there, and he just kept adding and adding and adding. Right? There was like little mini conversations. Even our boy Neil does it, right? So you can pull a lot of key term and key term variations out of your pages that exist. You can prune a lot of the dead weight, take care of your internal linking. But see, this is the stuff that takes time. It's so much easier to throw up a new page and start firing in links. That's easy. But pruning, refreshing, keyword gap analysis is probably where the time and the dollars is maybe best spent. But that's up to you, my friend. All right. So yes, Miller soft wash. Well, let's take a look at this. Now, this is going to be for educational purposes only. Oh, where is it? Hide message. Okay, let's see here. Miller soft wash. All right, we're going to go take a look at that. Everyone is using open 24 hours. Wait, maybe concentrate on more impressions. Thank you. We highly appreciate it. It's my pleasure. Let me see here. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. I'm loving it. Let me see what we got going on over here. Let me see if we put it up or not. Let me see here. Give me a sec. Give me a little second here. Let me see what we got here. There you go. Oh, we already did it. Here. We have this up. I think that's just right now. Like literally just right now. I already put it up. Mike and I talked about it already. So here, look, I messed up on the sizing because we did that a few days ago for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So if you want to get in now, go here. The only thing that this will leave out is, well, that could be helpful for you. Here, another one too is if you get looking in here, go to this one, scroll on down. Let me take a little peek here. I tried to answer all the questions. Yeah. So it's changed only right now during, well, it's Black Friday. That's probably why he wants to chat. So yeah, he already did it. So there you go. So what we just talked about, the price is already there. I didn't make a special page for it or anything like that. Like the Google business stuff, the price has already been inflicted. So check it out. Take advantage while I leave it up there. That's what he was yelling about. I have partners now so that help me with certain things. But yeah, another thing we're going to start deploying, well, this year is, I actually got it off of some of the law firm clients that we have. So that's the Google Business Profile. If you want, I can, for the store, I could make you guys and gals a coupon if you tell me what else you want. That's like, this is full management stuff, is Gray Hat. If you just want a one-off service and you want a deal, tell me precisely what you want and I'll make you a coupon before we get off. All right. But only like, I'll set it for 24 hours just right now. Like while we're live and it's fresh on my mind, I'll do it before I get off. Just tell me what you want and what you want to pay. And I'll put it, if it's fair, I'll do it for you. Okay. All right. Enough about that. I'm not here to sell crap. I am, but I'm not, like, if you want it, I'll gladly offer it to you. So amazing PRs. Amazing PRs. PRs. Yeah, if you want to, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, on that site too, we have wait 1 second. Distribution. I think I spelled that right. Oh yeah. Dude, I thought it was such a good idea. See, I was thinking getting Gray Hat SEO would be, I was being transparent. You know how everybody and their brother, right, that offers links, oh, these are white hat links. These are totally within the guidelines. Any link building, all link building is against the guidelines. Right? It's dishonest to even say that. Or here's my personal favorite. Only humanized clicks. We're sending authentic traffic and it just magically shows up when you purchase our service. Like, this is dishonest. Like, so what I've learned in the SEO space is it's all about perceived value and like that feel good. I never got that. But yeah, on the site too, if you search for press releases though, we have a link up there. It will showcase all of the PR services and all the PR links. In fact, here it looks just like this. And you can see, so we broke it all down. Oh, I have something else too for the UK lady, young lady, I believe. I'm sorry, forgot your name. But if you come inside of here, check this out. Look at this distro we have. So the Mirror, Stanford, UK. We're pitching these right now, only right now. I think at like $1.25. So look at the Mirror, just the Mirror alone. Like, that's got to be worth $100. It has to be. So the Mirror, Standard UK, BirminghamMail.co, like these are bangers. Look at this, Manchester, just the Mirror and the Standard. Like, come on, just those are worth $1. But okay, so that we're calling that the UK press release. And then here we got level ones. So these are your normals. Depending on what the topic is, I can slide you into AP News and Digital Journal. It just depends on what you're talking about. If you're like a roofer or a locksmith or something, highly unlikely. But if you're more of a white collar professional service, like a chiro, dentist, something along these lines, I could get, for this price point, I could still get into AP. I could get into Market Watch, Benzinga, some of the higher stuff, but still lower tier. But this is 500 links. I think pitching those for like 50. And then here are these. Then you got the good ones. And I just dumped the price on this. So here's the level 2. And then here I'll stack them both together and give you this one for a number. So there's that for the person that asked about the PR. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Black Friday. Backlinks. Yeah. Again, tell me precisely what you want, and I'll make you a deal, my friends. Anything. Just let me know the exact thing. I have guest posts, I have link inserts, I have niche edits, I have comment links, I have web 2s, I have every flavor imaginable at every potency. I have it, my friend. So just be more just tell me what you want, and I'll be happy to do it for you. Okay, my friend? I need some help. Oh, here we go. Miller Soft Wash. Here, I don't want to leave you hanging, brother. Let's take a look at that. I told him I would, so let's go do that. Miller Soft Wash. So he says that he is, or he said that he is, I forgot what he said he was doing. Oh, he's restructuring the website. Let's see here. A lot of Miller Soft Washes, I see. Everybody's biting on your style. Ooh, I don't like that red. That's making me angry. What do you got going on here? Why red at the top? What, is it that important that I need to showcase it like this? Why? Your color is blue and green. Why wouldn't you put, I mean, it's your site, but it's up to you. Red, white, blue. I get it. I feel it. I mean, it grabs my attention, but that color red, ugh. Colors have a way on the brain, man. You know, things that you're not seeing. When somebody lands on your site, I want there to be a, I don't want to see the color red. I want to see the color blue. I want to see the color purple or green. But oranges and yellows and reds, nah, not at the top. I wouldn't do that. So that's one piece I don't like. But you were concerned with structure. Let's take a look here. So some of these things I would have recommended not too long ago, but is that you? Okay, let's see you, man. Oh, I like this down here. Okay. Right? What are you doing here? Soft washing a house? Is that dramatic? I don't know anything about pressure washing. Oh, that looks good. There you go. See, I see this. This isn't even the same place, is it? Are these the same? See, that doesn't tickle me, man. Now this though, this is dramatically different. Like the pictures at least. And then you got this one, and then you have this one. Like, look at this. Look at here before. Like, this one is I would only showcase the best of the best, my friend. I want to see a big smile up at the top, brother. Show you and your wife up there at the top. You got 200 stars. Make that bigger. Put that up. Front load it. Are you gonna show up in the truck? Right? It looks like you're doing the work. That's who I want to see. Who's the guy that's gonna answer the phone and show up at the door? Man, this looks like a house I want to buy. I'm about to move out of here. That looks identical to the house I'm about to move into. That's crazy. Are you in Pennsylvania, dude? Are you cleaning my house? My future home? Dude, it's got a little fireplace in it. Ooh, it's gonna be good. I'm gonna make the whole living room a freaking video room. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna set up my keyboards. Oh, it's gonna be great. I'll be in there making beats, making videos. I'll be having a good old time. Anyway, structure. Let's see here. See, is this site wide? Service area. Let's take a look here. This is old school. Near me, huh? Okay, I like your style. Getting real Yelp on them, huh? Nice little tactic. I learned this particular tactic from Yelp. And then I deployed it on numerous websites. That was many, many years ago. We used to do this. You been following me that long? This is interesting. This looks like a doorway page, brother. I don't like this page at all. Lots of internal links. Got some fancy stuff going on here. But if you only care about structure and not all the little details, top level page. You have a top level page. You're in Indiana, huh? And you're only servicing one area. Save the optimization for the pages that you're on, right? You know, if you're only servicing one area, like if this is the spot, northern Indiana, right? So let's just say it's pressure washing. See, if I'm in northern Indiana, then Google knows what northern Indiana is, right? Or they better, right? When I go and search this, Google better outline it. And if they don't, then we have a problem, right? So northern Indiana, okay? So Google is identifying, let's see here. So we're in all. Northern Indiana is this top part. So it's clear as day. Google is identifying that part. But if I come over here to map, are they going to outline it in red? Yes or no? They are not. This is a problem. Okay. This is a problem, sir. You need to be more specific. Generally, you would base it upon. So if we come in here, this is the first result. So this is the hyper. You know what it is, though. You know, it's broken down by these counties, right? These red areas. If this is northern Indiana, then these are the counties that we're going to service. Most notably, in each of these counties, there's probably large cities. So it looked like the largest city is what, Fort Wayne, right? So here's the breakdown. In each county, identify the biggest city in each of those counties, okay? What you want to do is start with the biggest in all of the area that you service. That's your base. So pressure washing plus Fort Wayne. Then you go to the next biggest city and you look up pressure washing plus biggest city. And what you want to see is Google showing two different pages? Yes or no? Does Google show me different map results and different pages? Now, they might show you different map results in the top three, but is it the same players, right? Like if I scroll down, is it just a different sort order? If the answer is yes, and you go down and Google's still showing me the same sites but in different sort order, then I only need one page. All right. And then your tactic here of having one page targeting northern, if I go through all the cities and all of the counties and it's showing me the same stuff, just different sort order, then yes, I only need one page. But within this page, this one page, you have to talk about the counties. And you have to talk about the towns, not necessarily the towns, but the largest cities that are made up within that county. Because now I'm optimal for northern Indiana in this instance, the cities, the counties, the neighborhoods, the towns, anything that's hyper relevant to that area, you want to pack in one page. But before you can pack it into a page, I need to make sure that Google identifies it as the same thing. All right? It's critical. It's very, very important. But don't just throw up pages. because this is where things are changing. Now that Google can understand the syntax of the entire website, right? They're putting this together. Like, Google ranks pages, not sites. True. But they're taking into account the entire syntax, the internal linking of the overall site, the overall context. Like that, the whole purpose of this video, the internal linking, that's the context of the website based upon internal linking. But it's deeper than that. They're able to understand more. So you just make sure you're optimal. All right. So this could be good as long as you're hyper optimal, but I would get this stuff out of here. And the stuff that I'm referring to is Northern Indiana, repeated multiple times. It's unnecessary. What I would do, though, is you see how your front-loaded primary term, this is your drop-down. So I guess it's pressure washing company or pressure washing contractor or pressure washing, probably company. Or if you want this first one to say, soft washing company or whatever the biggest head term is, probably pressure washing. So pressure washing services company, or you can make it say Miller's pressure washing services company, something along these lines. And then the drop down is pressure wash, power wash, roof wash, concrete sealing, service area. This is, I don't know why this would be here. This is a top level page that's competing. It's soft wash. Do you have a page? So you have a page. I don't like this page is useless, I believe. Hold on 1 second. See, 99% of your customers that find you are going to find you based upon a direct search or from Google Maps, right? So the direct search would mean that they're searching from a particular location. Like, most people aren't coming in just looking, going to your homepage and navigating through your website, right? Some businesses they are, but this one I'm almost guaranteeing that your average page view is 1, right? If and when they find you, they're finding you because they're searching for power washing, concrete sealing from a location, and you're the most relevant for that query, right? So then that would mean that I don't need like this page and then having a drop down of the locations is, unless you do your homework, and I have to have location service pages, but I don't want to have one drop down having location service pages for concrete sealing, for power washing, pressure washing, and roof washing, right? No flipping way. Not only is it not cosmetically appealing, but it's also going to mess up my optimization because I don't want to blast all those words across every page site wide. Heck no. Especially not in the header, the second most important place to put an internal link, right? It's the second most powerful place to put a link. So I don't want that blasting across. So not only does it look like a doorway page, not only could it potentially confuse Google, but it's also, I mean, look at this page though. This is a doorway page. And then what are these pages right here? And then you're only building location service pages, see, for pressure washing. And then they're structured. If you plan on building out the silo, like I'm going to have location service pages. If I need them only, don't just build them to build them. If I need them for a location for each service, then fine. But if you're going to start and each of these are going to be for pressure washing, then this bar up here shouldn't say service, pressure, power washing tips. This would be roof washing. Like pretend. Here. Like this. You can call, like, the URL could be tips, but a much better utilization. And I'm sure I've, you know, I might have said tips previously, and that can be great, but not in every instance. There's never a hard fact rule in SEO. There's different cases. That's why I don't like the monthly pricing. Like, Johnny's roofing company in flipping Lehigh Acres, Florida, can't pay what the guy in Miami pays, right? Like, I can't just have a base price. There's not just hard and fast rule. So in this instance, if it's required, you have to do the keyword research first. Then I wouldn't want something like this. I would want this. If, only if. I'd have my pressure washing, power washing, probably the same thing, but you get the point here. Roof washing, concrete sealing. You're probably going to struggle with this one, right? Because your site, you're Miller Soft Wash, right? So like this one probably struggles unless it's very low competition, then you might pull it in. Power, roof, pressure, right? Concrete, resources. This is your top level blog page. And then you would have your contact us with a drop down. That would be the about us. But the only reason I'm even writing it is because you said it, but really your about us is your homepage, right? And then your reviews, that's just good. So you can have this. You want to have that page. But again, you want your reviews to be showcased within your homepage. So that way I could put the code within the homepage so I could get review stars without breaking the guidelines, right? So they want a page that's dedicated to reviews, right? So in order to fit within those guidelines, most of the time, you'll do it within your homepage, right? It doesn't have to be called reviews. It just needs to be dedicated to reviews. While a page that's branded, talking about the facts about the company and has their reviews in it, is dedicated to reviews. So just saying. Big Darren might disagree with me, but who cares? So I think this would be a much better option. And then this would be repeated, right? Control C, Control V down in the bottom, right? Not this one, but this one down in the bottom. And then down in the bottom, I would write footer. I would put your locations, okay? But to be honest with you, I would keep those location modifiers out of the header and the footer and just save that for your internal linking block. So that way you would have most of your header and footer links would go to your top level pages, right? These pages here, these are top level pages. These are housing pages. These are broad match, state match, or county match pages. And then you would have your service location pages internally linked from the body section. I call these internal body links, or internal linking blocks is the precise term that I utilize inside my team. And it looks like you're already utilizing this strategy, internal linking blocks. And then two, from my example before, take a look. I shared with you just a rough example. There's a winner. Oh, I can't show you the site because it's the logo. Here, I won't show the logo. Here. Dude, lawyers are finicky, dude. Here, I'll show you something here. Look at these guys popped up out of nowhere too. Look at car accident lawyer, Philadelphia. Dude, I was running amok in Philly. We were stomping on the big dogs. I mean, we got slapped though. A little slap. I'll be back though. But anyway, here, I'll show you a tactic being utilized. Here, check it out. Oh no! So what? Copy strike my video. Here, look it down here. See it? Look at this. This is egregious. Massive internal linking. Look, internal linking block right on the home page. So very egregious internal linking, but that's an internal linking block. Egregious, but done. And then that's what we do. But see, you can't just stop. If you take it from egregious examples, hypothetically, like the one I just shared with you, and if you go back to the beginning of our video, it's looking at what traffic the top performers are ranking for, what internal links or external links are coming in, and what the main optimization. Most notably, if you look at the traffic that pages above you are being rewarded with, the traffic is what Google thinks a page is about. So if we're looking at top performers, what I want to do is my internal linking, my optimization, my external links, and traffic that I help is going to just mimic and mirror every term and term variation that I see Google rewarding the performers with. Why? Because I'm a winner, right? And I'll just force it to them. Okay, all my external links are this. All my internal links are this. Every anchor text is the same. The traffic that I'm getting is the same in much smaller doses, of course. But you get the point, and then that's what you want to do in here. So it's not just pressure. I mean, this is a pressure washing page, but I want to cross pressure washing. I don't know every term variation. You do, and that's what you want to add in here. All right. I don't like the doorway page, but I think you're on the right track here. I think there's a lot you could do better. There's a lot I could do better. There's a lot everybody could do better. But without spending too much more time on this, I don't like these. Dude, you got to get rid of these pages here. These doorway pages have to go. This is garbage. Unacceptable, sir. Oh my gosh. Like, what is this page optimized for, brother? And I mean this in a nice way. I'm sorry. We've talked before, so I'm being a little bit more. I apologize. I don't mean to sound harsh. But nah. Every page on your site needs to be important. If it cannot potentially lead to a click or educate towards a click or a sale, I should say, then the page doesn't belong, right? If it's not tuned for a service, right? A service location or supporting a service, what is it for, right? Like a page tuned for the word service? No. No. And then what am I going to do? I'm going to cross-link information about multiple topics, and on top of that, cross-reference different locations and services all in one page. And then we're going to go back and put up location service pages and then top-level service pages. Google's going to be like, what the heck is going on? What should I rank? And then you know what they usually do? They bone us, and they don't show anything. Service location and supporting content, and then you have supporting content for not only service but also the brand. So to break this down even simpler, all right, brother, because it looks like you have all the content, you have the styling, you have the content, you have you have everything. But now seeing this stuff, I didn't take a look down at the bottom here to see what you had going on, but look at this. So like for you to break it down just to make it simple, here, look at. All right. Homepage, right? And then think of it this way. Here, you have your homepage, right? It's homepage, and then it's pages that support the brand. Anything that supports the brand, /contact, right? / resources. That's your blog. These are terms that support the brand, okay? / FAQ maybe. Probably not FAQ. But how about power washing? But wait, that's a service page. Yeah, but it's off the root. It's supporting the main idea. The main idea is this brand. This brand is synonymous with, here's all the supporting content about me as a brand. the contact, the resources, my social media, my reviews, my facts page, whatever you want, the privacy policy, the terms of service, they're off the roof. They support the homepage, the main idea, the brand. Then we have what else supports the brand? Well, we're also synonymous with these services. Miller Soft Wash is a power washing company, top level page. Then what's that page optimal for? Well, power washing is going to be optimal for the area, the state probably, in which we offer service. Then the context of that page or the content inside of that page is going to be all about what? Probably the counties and the locations that I provide service. And then if it Google warrants it, right? I search those locations and see, well, which pages do I need to have that aren't covered within, say, the Fort Wayne page? Well, then, so this page right here is optimized for state. And then we talk about the counties, the cities, and the towns that we operate in, if warranted by Google. Then what do? Well, we come down here and then we start building what? Power washing Fort Wayne, right? These services and service location pages support the main idea, just like a contact, a resource, a fax, a terms of service, a privacy. And then we go one level deeper to support the things that we do. How do we do it? Well, you have a resource page. This is a housing page, a top level page, the blog, right? This is our resources or our tips page. And what we want to do here is we want to do this. So we have probably, I don't know, soft wash tips, or probably you can just leave it resources. My mistake. Power washing. Like what is power washing? My mistake. You're not going to build off of there. This is just your housing page. Okay. It's a top level page. You usually, like you made yours tips. I don't know if that's search volume. I don't know if you want to name this, but it can't be something that's going to take away from a service page. Like the last thing I want to do is name it power washing tips, and then it takes away. So like, is there something above? Could it be like, I don't know, homeowner renovations or homeowner tips or cleanup tips or cleaning resources, something that I could be optimal for, that's semantically related, that I can also rank for, that isn't going to hinder the performance of a service page. See, this is why keyword research is huge. It's a big part of everything. It's a very important aspect of everything. So, and then this will be the structure. This is the layout. Brand, this is all about you. And then you have supporting ideas to who you are, what you do, and where you operate. It's just that simple, just like this every time. And then you're maximizing the internal flow. That's your site right there, in my opinion. All right. And then two, this works. Could you do it the way you're doing it? You might get lucky. But if you want to get luckier, it's one idea, one topic, one page, but only if Google is going to reward it. And then I have the wham bam thank you sir or ma'am approach too, but Google's getting a lot better at that. Like you can create all the service and service location pages and then all the informational pages and spike them all in force index and see what Google rewards and see what they don't reward. I don't recommend that strategy. I'm having less and less success doing it that way. It has to be done in small batches. All right. Okay. I spent enough time on you, Miller. But I love you, brother. I hope nothing but the best for you. If you ever need anything, let me know. Especially catch me live. I'm happy to help you. I'm happy to help anybody, really, as long as I have the time. All right, where are you? I lost you here. All right, need some help. Okay, so we did that. All right. Well, it's amazing. Black Friday. Hey. Well, hey to you, daily life. Well, hey to you. Catherine. What's up, Catherine? Could I ask, what's your take on offering geo? What is my take on offering geo? whatever name, we can give it any name we would like, right? But if you have a repeatable, scalable system or approach or strategy, not a tactic, but if you have a repeatable, scalable strategy that will help a business get more calls, more leads, and more sales repeatedly, then that's my take on it. They're, we're always going to have new twists, but at the end of the day, regardless if it's a similarity-based system, a multi-retrieval system, or a search engine, a social media search engine, we're optimizing to be businesses to be found. And I'm all for it. So, but for me personally, before I've been working on something for some time, but before I have a repeatable, I know what doesn't work. I don't want to. I know it doesn't work. Let's just put it that way. I've tried multiple avenues. I've tried the bulk content approach for term and term variations, and that's when I learned that traffic was important. I've tried a lot of things that don't work, but I really like that your question, and I think it's great as long as you can scale it and help business owners get more calls and more sales and more leads. I think it's going to be great. But me personally, I'm not opening my mouth until I have something that's repeatable and scalable, and then I'm going to enter the market. I have an idea, but we're working with it. Jimmy's Taxi. I worked on a taxi guy before. That's a tough one. I had a taxi guy. I think he was in Brooklyn. He was in New York City. I thought it would be a slam dunk for him. I think he was in Brooklyn or Manhattan. But still, it's just hyper competitive. Most of the people already have ride share apps. It's open up a pizza shop, right? I love pizza. I'm getting hungry, I think. What's fair? Laugh out loud. What is fair? One of my competitors is basing it upon the circumference or service area in which you're trying to rank. And they have price points starting at outrageous numbers into the thousands for a Google Business Profile service for hair salons. So, and I think they're getting it. So I know it's not fair. I think that's outrageous. Outrageous, but also giving outrageous claims too. Like, do the work for free. Rank you in a month. No way, Jose. Not me. Whatever you think's fair, I think is fair. But be quick though, because I'm about to wrap up. As long as we are sending PR to different service pages, could we do more mid-December? The probability of you being penalized for building PR links is highly unlikely. And quote me on that. But the probability of Google penalizing for that is very unlikely. Maybe algorithmically temporarily, like an algorithmic penalty temporary. I could see that. But getting a manual action, nah. You have to be doing egregious link building consistently and persistently in the open, Everyone is using open 24 hours on GMB. Does this work? Seems like they jump when everyone else closes. So we tested this particular theory or this particular tactic. And you're right. During the time that other businesses are closed, if you are open, yes, you get a temporary ranking advantage during those hours. 99.9% of businesses are open at the same times that actually makes sense for customers to call. For instance, I don't know what kind of business you're in, but like I have a chiropractor in LA, in San Jose, in Austin. I have in quite a few locations, in Florida, in Palm Beach, in a lot of locations. Massage, lots of massage parlors I work with. Um, and like they'll, if they're open later, it works the same way. Either open before, but just open when others are closed. Yes, you get a ranking advantage, but most businesses are open when the people are looking. So unless you're in such a dense, insanely competitive, dense market where there's so many people, such a rush by being open an hour before or an hour later than someone else. Because being open at 3 a.m. on like right now, and you're a roofing company, isn't like, yeah, you rank above them at 3 a.m. But is that going to lead to more sales and more calls? It'll lead to more impressions. But will it lead to more calls? No, but I have a remedy for you. So if you want to taste the forbidden fruit without breaking the guidelines and messing up all of the work that you've done, right? Because no, it needs to match. Plus, on top of that, think of all your citations, your directories, your aggregators, your PR, all your social profiles that you set up. You've already set your hours, right? Across the board, and it's probably been the same hours for longer than 6 months, right? Well, here's a way to see if having a longer hour base and getting that advantage will be in your best interest without getting in trouble, and you'll be able to see the reward without risk. So if you take a look at your Google Business profile, here, I'll show you something. If you take a look at your Google Business profile, I'll share with you an example. Whoopsie. Let's see if I can do this one. All right. Mattress store. I always go to this profile because all of these businesses are legit. And I know out of these 17 people, not all of you, not everyone that claps for you means you well, right? But with that being said, I know most of you do. So these are all legit. So it is what it is. That's why I always show these ones. So if you come inside of here and you were to go here to edit and scroll on down the list here, see this option here, online? You can, technically speaking, if you have a website that has a chat functionality, now they change and make amendments or addendums to the rules, the guidelines, all of the time. But previously, that was the rule. If you have either a chat or a functionality that can actually service a customer 24 hours, you can add the online hours. So if you have a chat widget, you're technically within the guidelines. Like I have plausible deniability in case if you're in a competitive market and someone were to tell on you, that's the only way Google usually finds anything. But you can add it right here. And then this way you can show up for those hours, get that ranking advantage without going against the guidelines. But you have to have a chat widget or a way or a form that is giving the ability to service a customer 24 hours a day if you market for your online service hours. All right. So that's the way you could do that. And that's how you do it. So you come inside of here, edit, scroll down, and then right here it is, online. All right. But again, we don't just do it, but we would do it. This guy does not have a chat widget or a form. I don't believe he might now, but hopefully that helps you out. Love watching you work. Miss those videos. Oh yeah, we're gonna have lots more videos, brother. Don't you worry. I needed to take a break. I was having some trouble too with my wife. So I was having some trouble, and my daughter was giving me some trouble. There was personal trouble going on, but everything's back in order now. Plus, too, I was having some shifts with business and my seasons of life, my friend. But don't worry, we'll be back. I mean, it's only been 90 days. I was slacking for 90 days. But I didn't slack for 8 years straight at all. Like, no slips. Like, yeah, I took a little break, man. I took a little break. I was still pretty consistent, more consistent than most. But yes, it is not par to Mr. Palmer at all. And, but yeah, look forward to definitely way more consistency. I do apologize. I love making vids and helping and marketing hard, but you can't market when your mind's not right. I didn't want to compound, like I know myself, I didn't want to compound things. So I wanted to straighten myself out first. And I'm golden now. But with that being said, hey there, Christopher. Do you think reverse silo internal linking makes sense? It's Kyle Roof's method. I can describe it a bit if you do not recall. I recall. Let me think to myself though. I don't think there was a cool, good marketing and way to talk about a fun way to create structure. Could it be effective? Sure. And yeah, I think that's perfectly fine. So why is there? Are you having great success? There's always more than one way to win. That's not something that we deploy, but I'm sure it's helpful. I don't know for sure though, so I guess I have no idea. I don't know, dude. But I wish you the best. On a side note, yes, ma'am. You're one of the first people in SEO that got me interested in pursuing it as a career, following you from 2019-ish. Awesome, Catherine. Well, I see you have a young one there. It's very, very helpful. It's very helpful. It can be it requires a lot of time. It's a 50-50 split. So I do wish you the best. But money doesn't matter, Catherine. So as long as you have enough. But what the big interest for me, though, is there's always more to learn. And it's very consistent. But it also gives you the ability to spend the time with the people that you actually care about. You know? So, yeah. I'm glad I could interest you in one of my personal favorite things. It dramatically changed my life. We were sending out mailers for travel clubs and holding court. And then you got held in court. But yeah. So, yeah, I love SEO. But yeah, glad I could share it with you. So, I can buy a mattress 24 hours? I'm sure you can then, if you want one. Oh, that guy? We didn't set him up for 24 hours. I don't think he might have. Who knows? That guy there, I believe if you give him a call, he probably will sell you a mattress 24 hours. If I remember which client that was or which guy that was. I don't think we set it for him. We might have though. Why doing SEO internal linking manual when you can automate this with free AI internal? Do it. No, man, if you can manually internally link and have it done correctly and wonderfully, then you go for it, brother. I wish you the absolute best, sir. How did you get a link? That didn't show up, did it? Yeah, do it, man. Send me a copy. Let's see. Let's see if it works. I see a lot of people spending a lot of time spinning their wheels. Meanwhile, foundational SEOs are still chugging along inch by inch, day by day. Well, everybody's spinning their wheels, figuring out how to make a chatbot work. I'm selling leads like a mother trucker. So let them all spin their wheels, brother. Let everybody spin their freaking wheels chasing easy. Have you ever had anything easy and fast that worked consistently and persistently that didn't blow up in your face? And did ever time in anybody's life here have something that was just so magical and just took such a workload off of you that actually ended up in the very end never working at all? So I'm just asking. Like, it sounds good. But, yep. Let them spin their wheels. And we'll just keep getting leads. But I do feel that there is something, like, now, if I can automate the processes of mundane and manual tasks, absolutely. But something as precious as internal linking, would I leave to the hands? For instance, there was a tool, and I'm sure your tool is far superior to, say, Link Whisper. Now, I remember when Link Whisper in 2018, I probably even made videos about it because at the time that was cool, man. And you know what? It did a great job. But something they didn't have in the documentation was that it would continuously build and build and build and build anytime those words were mentioned. You know, anything that's a positive could also be a negative. I'll leave it at that, but good for you. And don't be spamming links in my flippin' chat, dude. If I don't sell, you can't sell. All right? That's fair, right? That's fair. So I can buy a mattress 24/7. All right, last one. I hope you're well. Madge, what's up, man? I am well. I'm a lot better now. You know, it wasn't for a while there, but we're all good, man. It's all good, though. Yeah, I was about, to be honest, I was going to probably hang up my jersey, but nah, I can't though. I'll go crazy. But yeah, it's all good, brother. It's good to see you, Madge. Madge is a good man at Magic PR, by the way. That's my plug. That's actually my plug. Nah, it's all good. They're popping up everywhere lately. Cool. All right, so no more questions. I love you guys. We're ending at an hour and a half. I love you guys. I appreciate your time, even at oh my God, it's 3:00. I'm gonna have to take this video down. I love you guys. You have a great rest of your day. Hopefully this has been helpful. Many blessings. I'll see you in the next one. Yeah, you guys never gave me any numbers. So glad to hear you're okay. Oh yeah, I'm always okay. Thank you. Yeah, everything's good. It's all good. You guys have a great day. See you in the next one. I have the faith. It's always good. I'll see you guys. Bye-bye.